So that's the quarterback not seeing him.
Gladney, one of the best corners in the Big 12 Conference. In fact, last year, Pro Football Focus had Gladney rated #1 in the Big 12 in passer rating allowed. You just don't get much past Jeff Gladney.
Hey, what's happening, guys? It is Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Happy Sunday to everyone here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. On tap for today, I want to talk to you about Eagles draft target Jeff Gladney. Howie Roseman wants to inject speed and youth on defense, and this senior is one of the fastest defensive backs in the entire draft. One could argue that no one in college football has made more plays on the ball during the last 2 seasons. How does Jeff Gladney fit with the Philadelphia Eagles? Let's take a look. Let's start off with Jeff Gladney's college performance. According to Rivals, Jeff Gladney was a 3-star cornerback recruit out of New Boston, Texas. He was a multi-sport star in high school and received offers from Rice, North Texas, and Tulsa before officially committing to TCU. Gladney redshirted his freshman year in 2015 and made 8 starts as a freshman, finishing with 46 tackles and 6 pass breakups. He had an under-the-radar sophomore season, finishing with 2 interceptions, 5 pass breakups, and being named honorable mention All-Big 12. Jeff Gladney really began to turn some heads during his junior and senior seasons. Gladney started all 13 games for TCU in 2018, finishing with 41 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, a forced fumble, and 12 pass deflections. He was named second team All-Big 12 and Pro Football Focus first team All-Big 12 his junior season. His excellent junior season also gave him tons and tons of attention during the offseason. Jeff Gladney was named a preseason All-American by Phil Steele alongside teammate Jalen Reagor. As a senior, Jeff Gladney continued to cement himself as the top cornerback in the Big 12. Gladney played all 12 games, finishing with 31 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, and 1 interception in 2019. Gladney's 14 pass deflections ranked #1 in the Big 12 and was named to the 2019 All-Big 12 football first team. According to Pro Football Focus, he only allowed 690 yards on 130 targets during the last 2 seasons and had the lowest passer rating allowed of all defensive backs in the Big 12 at 46.9. NFL Media's Ian Rappaport recently reported Jeff Gladney will miss the next 4 to 5 weeks to recover from meniscus surgery. The report indicated that Gladney played with the pain for the entire 2019 season. Gladney fans can breathe a sigh of relief though. The surgery is considered minor and he should not miss minicamp come early May. Let's take a look at Jeff Gladney's current draft projection. He is currently 31st by Ryan Wilson of CBS Sports, 32nd by Matt Miller of Bleacher Report, and he is not listed in first-round only mock drafts by Charles Davis of NFL.com, Todd McShay of ESPN, and Sports Illustrated. Next, let's take a look at Jeff Gladney's fit with the Philadelphia Eagles. Stopping the big play has to be on the forefront of Jim Schwartz's mind in 2020. According to Pro Football Focus, Gladney allowed only 10 of 46 receiving for 333 yards on targets 20-plus yards downfield. To break it down even further, Jeff Gladney allowed only 19 receptions for 470 yards on 78 targets, 10-plus yards downfield. Quite simply, this guy makes plays downfield and is always around the football. The Philadelphia Eagles were one of the most frustrating defenses to also watch on 3rd and long situations last season. Pro Football Focus indicates that Jeff Gladney had 19 career forced incompletions on 3rd down while at TCU. To the delight of many Birds fans, this is a guy who plays with an aggressive style of football that would be a welcome addition to that Philadelphia Eagles defense. The Eagles haven't had a guy with this level of speed and quickness since Asante Samuel back in 2011. let's talk a little bit about NFL free agency and the Eagles cornerback position. Personally, I am not a believer in Byron Jones. Jones's lack of playmaking for that price tag is just not worth it. I understand that market dictates value, but Byron Jones is an above average player, and I'll save the rest of that for when free agency starts next week. Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas have shown me very little to feel confident in 2020. Whether you're in or out on Byron Jones, the Eagles will still likely need another starting caliber outside cornerback to the roster that can make plays and create turnovers. I think it's highly likely we see Jalen Mills return to the Eagles on a team-friendly deal somewhere in that $5 million per year range. Sidney Jones is clearly not ready to start and continues to be a complete mystery. Rasul Douglas should never be counted on as a starting outside cornerback, and who knows what you got with Avonte Maddox. Let's talk about Jeff Gladney. Jeff Gladney would bring greasy, fast speed to the Eagles cornerback position. But this is a guy that's not just about speed. He plays much more physical than his frame might indicate. 17 reps on the bench press at the NFL Combine shows that Jeff Gladney is not just a burner. He is a big-time competitor and extremely versatile. Versatility is a key term when it comes to the Eagles defense. Gladney should have no problem adjusting to the NFL in zone, man, and press coverages. Here are my final thoughts on Jeff Gladney and the Philadelphia Eagles. Jeff Gladney fits the same mold for me as Jalen Reagor. He is a perfect fit for what the Philadelphia Eagles need and could be had in a slight trade down in that first round. I understand some of you might be disappointed to hear that I'm not selecting a wide receiver with that first pick, but listen, a slight trade back would give Howie Roseman more ammo to move up in the second round and get a speedster like Jalen Reagor or Brandon Ayuk. Here is one of my favorite scenarios in the entire draft. It's looking more and more likely that the top 3 receivers will not be available for the Eagles at number 21. Trading back, getting a pick in return, and selecting Jeff Gladney in that late first, that's what I'm talking about. Then, move up in the top of the second round, get a burner for Carson Wentz on the outside. Trading the Eagles' second round pick plus a third should be everything Howie Roseman needs to get it done. In my opinion, netting a combination of Jeff Gladney and Jalen Reagor would be a home run start for the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL draft. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. For all of our Eagles draft target profiles, check them out here at the TPL YouTube channel. You can also check them out at thepaintalines.com. Make sure you stay safe out there, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.